That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself.
Truth is, I had a meeting with Wayne. You know, I had a relationship with Baby, so I felt it was only right to call him. You know, I called him out of respect, like, yo, I was talking to Wayne, just letting you know, boom, boom, boom. So after that, I think we received a letter at our office for like torturous interference.
I ain't about to stop. All right, y'all capping, y'all playing, y'all don't get it, y'all won't play. You can't, I don't think none of these niggas can out hustle me.
What is other rebel got guns they ain't shot, and a bunch of other silly shit that they ain't got. I'm on my Luke Peter, young girl, something on stage, like a Troy, just a slave, ace of spade, look like an Oscar, black tough, look like a monster, don't make me like a Washington.
An affiliation to Jay-Z in some sort of way. Y'all be thinking that y'all can disrespect and violate.
So Lil Wayne just spilled some serious tea on how Jay-Z might have sabotaged Young Money Cash Money, and the details are wild. But it's not just Wayne calling out Jay-Z. Nicki Minaj and Drake are also speaking out on how Jay allegedly pulled some sneaky moves behind the scenes and plotted on their downfall for years. And all this is coming up now because of all the drama surrounding Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. If you've been keeping up, there's been a lot of talk that Jay-Z intentionally blocked Wayne from headlining the halftime performance in his own city, and Jay allegedly used the Super Bowl as a power play to remind everyone who really runs things. Now, Wayne and Jay's tension goes way back to the early 2000s, and though Jay tried to sign Wayne to Roc Nation at one point, Wayne later revealed that Jay offered him peanuts, so Wayne turned him down. And then, of course, Jay also never rocked with Birdman, and there's long been talk that he's been working behind the scenes to block Cash Money, Young Money, from reaching their full potential. But now, Wayne is saying there's even more to the story, and he's alleging that Jay might have used his industry pull to shut down key opportunities for Young Money artists. So could this explain things like Nicki's album delays and certain deals that mysteriously fell through? What did Nicki and Drake say about these rumors that Jay sabotaged Young Money Cash Money out of jealousy? Let's break it all down.
I blame myself for that, but I thought that was nothing, you know, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt a whole lot.
Lil Wayne's Super Bowl snub is still a topic of conversation online, and it's bringing back some long-standing rumors about Jay-Z still holding a grudge against the Young Money crew, Birdman, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and Drake. If you've been tapped in, you already know the tension between Jay and Young Money runs deep. But after all the drama surrounding Kendrick headlining the halftime show and calling Drake a PDF file with no repercussions, fans are starting to speculate that Jay-Z may have used the Super Bowl as a way to settle old scores. Now, when word first dropped that Kendrick was supposed to be headlining, Nicki was the first to call out Jay-Z, and she straight up accused him of punishing Wayne, hinting that there was way more to the story than what the public was being told. Nicki wrote on X, denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne! The GOAT! Nola, what's good? Eminem stood firm on having 50 Cent come out, a white man, ish sad, and then in a follow-up post, Nicki took another swipe at Jay, bringing up his controversial partnership with the NFL and the way he used Colin Kaepernick's protest as a money grab. Nicki wrote, "One took a knee, the other took the bag. He gon' get you. In line. Every effing time." But Nicki's issues with Roc Nation didn't start with this year's Super Bowl. The drama has been brewing for a minute, and Nicki was taking shots at Jay-Z long before all this. Back in December 2023, hip-hop journalist Elliott Wilson rubbed Nicki the wrong way when he seemingly threw shade at her for hopping on a live stream with Twitch star Kai Cenat. Wilson posted a clip of Nicki vibing on the stream and hit the caption with some sarcastic energy, writing, "Hip-hop journalism." And of course, Nicki wasn't about to let that slide, so she clapped back, calling out Wilson and throwing some heavy accusations, hinting that Jay-Z orders people in his circle to go after her.
You know how many tweets I've seen you post disrespecting me? Idiot Wilson. All of y'all, for some reason, when y'all are around certain people, y'all feel that y'all have this power. Why? When y'all have an affiliation to Jay-Z in some sort of way, y'all be thinking that y'all can disrespect and violate.
But Nicki wasn't the only one who suggested that Jay-Z might have used the whole Kendrick versus Drake situation as a way to get back at the Young Money camp. Wayne's longtime engineer Fabian Marichulo also said he was shocked that Wayne got completely left out. And from the way he reacted, it seemed like he fully expected Wayne to be part of the lineup. Marichulo wrote, confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all, inspired. We'll never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decision. We will make the decisions. Meanwhile, other industry insiders also started raising eyebrows and questioning if Jay deliberately snubbed Wayne. Mace and Cameron even took shots at Jay on their podcast, hinting that he was using Kendrick as a pawn to get back at his old rivals.
Listen, I love Kendrick Lamar. I love the pop-up. I think he's one of the top artists of this generation, period. Hate this election. It's in New Orleans. You don't get Lil Wayne. That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get Lil Wayne in New Orleans for the
Hot
Super
Boys.
Bowl. Not just Hot Boys, Cash Money. All the songs Lil Wayne's done, whether it's Blink 182, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. There's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
And since this whole conversation is heating up again, let's take a deep dive into the long and messy history between Jay-Z and the Young Money crew. So back in 2004, right when Jay had announced his short-lived retirement, Lil Wayne made a bold statement declaring that he's now the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. And then just a year later, Wayne doubled down with Best Rapper Alive and revealed that he almost signed with Jay-Z. However, Wayne later revealed that Jay was open to bringing him on board. But there was a catch. Jay only offered him $175,000 to join Roc Nation. In the end, Universal slid in with a multi-million-dollar deal. So Wayne of Couse decided to go with them.
They had a lot of rumors, speculations, that I would be going to another record company. Preferably The Roc, Def Jam, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, Jigga Man. You know, why? Cause I was. You hear me? But I was still under Kizan track. You hear me? With Kiz Ashmiz on it. You hear me? But I said, I'ma just ride it out. You hear me? And see what I could do. You hear me? And so then I figured, no, I'm gonna go with The Roc. I'm gonna go by Jay. And Jay was trying to help me. He was really trying. He's like, dude, whenever you get out your situation, I'm here. Yeah, whatever you need, I'm here. It's like, believe that. Then all of a sudden I get a call from Universal. And they like, hey, they wasn't talking, I couldn't even understand what they were talking about, because they were talking about millions and stuff. That was words I had never heard of, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn. And I was like, believe that. And so, you hear me? In reality of it all, I got some more time over here. I ain't finished doing what I was doing. So, what Weezy's doing, finishing up.
Now Jay later spoke on this during an interview with The Breakfast Club and admitted that Birdman wasn't having it, and he even threatened to hit him with a lawsuit for trying to step in on Wayne's deal.
Now, you mentioned Lil Wayne. I know that you guys were this close to signing Wayne. What happened with that deal? Because, Wayne was damn near saying he was Rockefeller, and then it just went left.
The truth is, it's the first time I ever told this truth. The truth is, after I had a meeting with Wayne, I had a relationship with Baby. So, when I used to go to New Orleans, I would hang out with him. He had me in the purple little, whatever that car was. Remember them purple little cars? Prowler going down the street, no top. People trying to jump in the car, so I felt it was only right to call him. Mm-hmm. You know, I called them out of respect, like, yo, I was talking to Wayne, just letting you know, boom, boom, boom. So after that, I think we received a letter at our office for like torturous interference. Whoa. From a lawyer, and I was like, whoa.
Was it sports? They do that?
It was like, whoa. And it just all went from there. But
At this point, Jay and Wayne were still cool, with Wayne still showing love and shouting out Jay. But things shifted when Jay came out of retirement with Show Me What You Got. That's when Wayne decided to flex a bit, dropping a fire remix of Jay's comeback track that became one of his best freestyles. Jay took notice, and in 2020, when Wayne sat down with Drink Champs, Noor revealed some texts from Jay, where he admitted that Wayne's remix had him questioning his own position in the game.
He said when he rapped on Show Me What You Got, I had to take a long walk and look at myself in the mirror. And I said, are you sure you still got this?
Jay didn't take too kindly to Wayne's confidence and fired back with some shots on the Dr. Dre-produced track Trouble. But instead of backing off, Wayne turned up the heat, getting even more confident. And by December 2006, he told Complex that he was better than Jay-Z, even throwing some shade at Jay's self-proclaimed title as the savior of hip-hop. I'm better than Jay-Z, Wayne said. I don't like what he's saying about how he had to come back because hip-hop's dead and we need him. What the fuck do you mean? If anything, it's reborn, so he's probably having a problem with that. You left on a good note and all of the artists were saying, yo, this is Jay's house. He's the best. Now he comes back and still thinks it's his house, Wayne said. It's not your house anymore, and I'm better than you. That's when Jay fired back on the track Watch What You Say to Me with T.I. and took some subtle digs at a certain artist who had been calling him out. Now between 2007 and 2010, it seemed like Wayne and Jay had moved past their beef. They even came together on the track Mr. Carter in 2008, where Jay appeared to pass the torch to Wayne saying, I took so much change from this rap game. It's your go. Later that year, Wayne praised Jay's legacy in a People magazine interview, and he even revealed he had 2 tattoos dedicated to Jay's song, Lucky Me. But things took a turn again in October 2009, when Birdman decided to throw some gasoline on the fire by declaring Lil Wayne was better than Jay-Z. Birdman wasn't feeling the love when MTV crowned Jay-Z as the hottest MC in the game, and he said, I don't think Jay is the #1 MC in no kind of way. Wayne's the best. He do the most and he make the most money. I don't think no man in the business make more money than us. How can you be the best if you don't make the most money and you don't do the most? Lyrically, come on man, be for real. Can't nobody F with Wayne. If you #1 and you ain't getting no money, it don't mean nothing. Fast forward to January 2010, and Jay finally addressed Birdman's comments in an interview with Hot 97. He didn't get caught up in the whole who's the better lyricist debate, but when it came to money, Jay was clear and straight to the point.
How does Jay feel about Baby from Cash Money constantly saying Weezy is more lyrical and has more money than Jay-Z?
You know, being lyrical is just a matter of opinion. It's who you like. So, you know, that's his opinion. As far as money, I mean, you know, that's a little more factual, right? We can determine that.
Right, we would have to see your bank accounts and things of this nature.
I have no problem, but it's gonna cost. Put it up. If he's that confident, you know, I give him a little glimpse. It's crazy. I give him a little glimpse. Check that out. Cut it out. Knock it off.
And even though Wayne tried to stay out of the drama, Jay kept taking shots at him, like on the track HAM from Watch the Throne. Birdman's comments were over a year old at this point, but Jay didn't let it slide, rapping, I'm like, really half a billy, really? You got baby money, keep it real with them, they ain't got my lady money. But that's when things really started to escalate. Wayne fired back in 2011 with his track It's Good, where he rapped about kidnapping Beyonce, saying, talking about baby money, I got your baby money, kidnap your B, get that how much you love your lady, money, I know you fake, press your brakes. But Wayne wasn't done yet. A few months later, he took another shot at Watch the Throne during a freestyle at the Young Money Cash Money pre-Grammy party.
I'm in a bad red bomb. I took the bitch home. I asked her what she want to watch. She said, surely not the throne.
Now after this, Jay-Z took 2 whole years to respond to Wayne's diss, and when he finally did on the track, La Familia, his reply felt a bit out of touch, like he was playing catch-up. And by that time, Wayne seemed to have moved on from the beef. Fast forward another 2 years, and after battling with his label and suing Cash Money for $51 million, Wayne signed a deal with Jay-Z's streaming platform Tidal. At this point, Wayne was officially done with Cash Money and declared himself part of Roc Nation. And despite all the back and forth over the years, the tension between Jay and Wayne never really turned into anything too crazy, and they've mostly kept it respectful from a distance. But now, with the Super Bowl situation from this year, it feels like all that old drama is bubbling back up. Insiders close to Wayne are saying that Wayne is convinced Jay-Z had a hand in stirring up the Kendrick versus Drake drama, using that Super Bowl moment to send a clear message to the Young Money crew that Jay-Z came out on top. So now with all this coming to light, fans are wondering if Jay-Z really playing puppet master behind the scenes, trying to sabotage Young Money, and making sure Birdman, Wayne, and Drake never reach their true potential as a unit. Now some folks are saying this is a massive reach, and they're accusing Drake's fans of trying to find any excuse for Drake losing his beef with Kendrick. However, others have pointed out that Jay-Z is not above pulling sneaky moves like this. In fact, he's been accused by multiple major artists of sabotaging them as payback for their past issues. One of them is 50 Cent, who claimed that Jay tried to block him from performing with Dr. Dre at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, this is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing.
And when he says "old boy" for the audience, that
Yeah, it's
he's
Jay.
talking about Jay-Z.
He's doing some wild shit, okay? Because he was saying to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me. And I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Like, makes no sense.
This was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre or Eminem that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl that they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just, when you take the competition from, like, our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for? What's the goal?
On the other hand, we can't ignore Young Money's own struggles with Birdman and Wayne's fallout, label disputes, and contracts holding people back. So was Jay really the villain here, or was Young Money's downfall just inevitable? And how do you feel about this theory that Jay-Z used Kendrick to send a message to Birdman and Lil Wayne? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure you stick around for this next video.